Let's see if this works. I need another table, don't I? I need more space, and that is one of my things. I need more space now. I need to get these out, because let me just see if I can show you this one. That's the wasabina. It looks really manky with all those leaves, but there are some quite good leaves on these, and these do need to go out. But I forgot. Hello and welcome back. So yes, I need to get these out, but I also need to take in consideration the weather. We're coming into a week, or maybe a week and a half, of heavy frosts at times. So I'm looking at these and thinking, I desperately need to get these out, but is it the right time? What I've got is me paintbrush. I'm just going along and starting to hand pollinate these, because I don't want to lose any of the pods. I'm really excited about these and really looking forward to them. They look a bit of a mess, and quite a few of the things in here do look a bit of a mess, and that's simply because I just haven't watered anything in here probably since about November time. And that's what I do, just because it just doesn't need it. But that's another one of the jobs that I do need to do, is to start to water the beds as well, because these are pretty bone dry at the moment, getting soil everywhere. Right, so if I'm going to get these all out, I need to start to prep all the beds for what these are going into. So let me see if this works. Let's take you back. Right, it's time for a new start for this bed. These kales have been in now since about April time, and what I'm going to do is actually pull them. I had cabbage root fly. Now these were quite established when the cabbage root fly came, so I don't know whether they've been attacked at the roots. So what I'm going to do is pull all the roots, so that way if there's any maggots or casters in there, then I'm removing them. So this is what I don't show you, is the mess of what it is before I start doing the videos. And it's the same for both of these beds, although I'm not going to be putting anything in these beds straight away. I just want to clear them out. These leeks are bolting, and they've got a lot of allium leaf minor casters in there. They look really nice from afar, but when you get up close, they're just not edible. So they're getting dug out and into the household waste, just to try and get rid of as many of the allium leaf minor casters from this soil. I'm not putting any alliums in this bed. I am in this bed. I'm a sucker for punishment, but not in this bed. I haven't even planned this bed. And the cutting celery, which is just recovered from the pigeons eating it, that's going up into one of the top beds with protection from the pigeons, because they are devastating the garden at the moment. So I've already topped up these 3 beds, and these 2 are going to get quite a bit of planting in, and so is the lower raised troughs. They're going to get all the mustards in as well. And this, suddenly the pigeons found this broccoli, that's purple sprouts, and so that's all coming out, fresh start. They're getting topped up as well. And these leeks will be coming out. That's all going to get topped up. You know, when everything's linked, every job's interlinked, this is what it is. So what I'm doing is I'm topping up all these beds, clearing them out with all the compost from these 2 beds, just so that I can, when I put them together, it's going to be a lot easier, and I could just make a fresh start with this big bed then. Look at these. I've still got plenty of seeds as well in here from the I think that's the czar bean. So yeah, all that's going to be stored in here at the time being is just the foxgloves. So I'm just going to do a nice shelf, and then the rest is just getting used up. Right, it's actually going to be quite nice to clear this bed. Let me just see how these are. Quite deep. What I'm going to do is try and take up as much root as possible. I mean, this one Let's just see, hopefully that's in focus. There's lots of the allium leaf miner there. So what I'm going to do is literally bag up all the roots as well, just in case there's some in the roots as well. So it's a shame about this, because like I've said before, we really like leeks. So yeah, these are all going definitely into the household waste. I'm not even going to bother thinking about composting them. I mean, I don't actually compost any onions. Right, let's see if I can pull the rest of these up. Oh no, that didn't work. Right, like I say, it is a shame that I've lost them. There's so many in there. And what I'm going to do here is I'm literally just going to leave it as it is. If we are, the bird's fighting. If we are going to have a frost, what I want to do is literally leave or allow the frost to get as much access to this ground as possible before tidying it up. That way, hopefully, if there's any casters or pupa of the allium leaf miner in there, hopefully the frost will kill them off. I mean, there's so many big worms in here. It does go to show how well this bed is at the moment, and I will be topping it all off. Now I have going to be topping up that bed. I've already done that bed, and I've already done the ones up there as well. So I'm really pleased with how I've gone about prepping it. So I've got a question. So I've just done a what to sow in February, and this is a ranunculus which I've left out all winter. So it's had snow on it, minus 10 degrees, and it's been green right the way through. Let me bring it in closer. So this is my first experience of ranunculus. I had those 6 plants last year. Like I say, the 5 are in the shed, and I've got this 6 plant, and this one has been left out. Now, I thought they were not frost hardy. When we had frost when they were out, all the leaves got burnt, but this has survived through the heavy snow. Well, I say heavy, 4 or 5 inches, and the minus up to maybe minus 10, and it seems to have survived. So I'm going to still leave it out. I know we've got the heavy frosts coming up, but there's the first flower. So yeah, I have no real experience of ranunculus. I have got some ranunculus that I will be starting to plump up by soaking in the water over the next couple of weeks, because I want to put those out into that bed there. I've had them since last year, just didn't get around to it. But this is, I think, is this unusual? Because if some of the comments are that it's not unusual, what I'm going to do is all of them are going to get planted into the beds, and I'm just going to leave them, and we'll see what we get. But yeah, I'm really pleased with that I survived. You do learn things when you do leave things out and let nature sort of do its own thing. This has got quite a few more shoots coming off it as well. Right, I've sat here for about 5 minutes just pondering whether I should put these out. I put all these out, I think it was October, November time it was. And the next day we had a week of very heavy frosts. It was one of the only weeks where we had around about -9, -10. These all survived. They're taking a right battering. And sometimes I may plant things out just so I've got content for YouTube. And I'm looking at these thinking, okay, yeah, I've got some yellow leaves, but these are in good condition. Now, if I planted these out and then we've got another, say, 7 to 10 days of frost, I'm just doing that. It's going to make me feel a lot better, because it's a nice view as it is with all these in here. It's nice to have all this green, but also could be just doing it just for YouTube content. And I'm thinking maybe I'm just going to hold off for after this frost, because this could be our last frost. It goes right the way through to May. It could be the 18th or 28th. We're on a bit of a border, so we could have very late frost, but these have taken all the frosts -10 in the greenhouse. I know it's a little bit more sheltered, but I'm just looking at it and thinking, I may just hold off. I may just hold off on these. What I have done is prep all the beds. These are all ready to go. Those beds there are ready to go for peas when I start sowing those in March. I've started to clear out the one of the smaller beds over there. That's been, compost has been repurposed around all these beds. And I'll do that same for the last two beds, the one with the leeks after we've had the frost, and the same for the kale bed. So I can make a good start with those then. So yeah, I think I'm going to put these back into the greenhouse, and what I may start doing is start taking some of the leaves as they are. I'm going to look at this then for next year. Do I put these out like I did in November? Which probably it did lift the spirits. It's nice to see greenery, but they have taken a real battering from the pigeons as well as the winds and the frosts. Or do I leave them in the greenhouse to maybe the start of March and put them out then? Because I don't mind if these go to flower, so they're only going to be March and April, and they would have bolted by then, which is fine, because then I've got all the mustard pods. And I really enjoyed the Wazabina ones last year. I'm yet to see what the Oscar's going to be like, and also I think this one is this one's the South Giant. I'm yet to see what that one is like, but I'm looking forward to that. So what I'm going to do, just to scratch the itch of I want to get more sowings done, is I'm going to start off my tomatoes. So I'll say going to start them off. What I've got to do is boot up the second super sowing I've got. Then I'm going to heat the compost in the tubs for around about 1 or 2 days, so that compost then, or potting compost, is really really warm. I'm only going to do 12 for the greenhouse, and that's only going to be for 10 varieties. I'm going to do 2 of the 2 smaller versions, the Grishofka and the Ethel Watkins, because that one's only about 4 foot. But the wind's picking up now, and it's getting quite cold sitting there. So let me take you back to the greenhouse. So this really is the start of the season for me when I start doing the tomatoes. Now I do the tomatoes early for 2 reasons. Is as soon as these have been potted on, which should be around about the end of February, then they're not going to be on any heat. It's just going to be the natural light. And if I talk about the natural light, in January the UV ray is 0.3, that's the average max. Then in February it's 0.7, but in March it jumps to 2.1. So I want to take advantage of the natural light I can get in the windows, because that's all they're going to get is in the windows. And if the weather's nice, because I'm only doing around about 15 or 16 plants, I can bring them in here. I have this luxury of being able to bring them into this greenhouse and then take them back indoors under protection at night. So in March it goes to 2.1, and I think the UV ray goes to average max 3.6 in April. So I want to take advantage of all of that. So let's go through what I'm going to be doing. Now the only one that is F1 is the Burpees Super Sauce. I'm really looking forward to that. Like I said previously, that's supposed to do 1 tomato, 1 jar of tomato sauce. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know how many you get per truss on that. Then the San Marzino Ridorta. That's I think that's type 3 San Marzino. Again, that's a bigger version. We got Lotus tomato vine. That's a yellow one. Cherry Chadwick, which is the only one except for the Grishofka that I'm going to be doing previously from the years before, and that's all from saved seed. And I will be saving, hopefully if I get good tomatoes, all the seeds from these. And then this one, I'm really looking forward to trying this one out this year. This only grows to 4 foot, and there's going to be 2 plants just there. And that's the F4 Watkins Best Early Short Vine. Now these are supposed to get to tennis ball sized tomatoes, and it's also prolific as well. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then another one that's a beefsteak but also prolific is Rose de Bern, the big pink. I'm looking forward to that one as well. We've got Purple Ukraine, which is a large plum. I don't know how to pronounce this one. Sky Comish. What do you think? Is that how I've pronounced it right? That's another yellow one. That's supposed to be really good for outside, so I'll see how that does inside. And this one is another one I'm really looking forward to. It's another salad one, so we're going to have 2 salads, Cherry Chadwick and this one, which is the Bloody Butcher. I'm really looking forward to this. This has got good reviews online, so that's one looking forward to. And then, how many times have I said looking forward to? And then we've got Grishofka, the stock tomato that is for me. It's a 3-foot bush, and that has saved me in the last couple of years. When everything else has been slow to get going, this one just romps away. So yeah, that's my stock one. I'll be doing 2 there. And if I want to do any of those outside, what I'll do is I'm just going to use any of the side shoots, and I'll just pot those on. So I literally will be doing 15 or 16 plants, and that's it. I'll do a couple of the tumblers, the Garten Pearl, but that's going to be in March. So yeah, the start of the tomato season. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, I'll get the Super 7 heated up, and that should hopefully heat the compost over 3 or 4 days, and then I'll start with these. So it's not an immediate start, and I don't expect to be potting on till the end of March, but yeah, end of February. So normally I would have already done my house tomato and the Latar as well. Both of those are very early tomatoes, but I'm actually going to be doing those at a different time this year. So if you want to find out when, do like and subscribe, and you'll be able to follow on when I'm going to sow those. So like I always say, I hope you enjoyed this video, and hope to see you again.